Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I prepare my Ghana sweet bread or Ghana sugar bread. This recipe is one of the easiest, and I also decided to make different shapes of sugar bread, so square ones, and here I have round ones, and the one in front here I just decided to draw some shapes on it. And to some person who the way me see bread way and the pamocho move video way now me homo for a different recipe. Bye bye. So you need about 6 cups of plain flour or bread flour. You need 1 cup of sugar. You need 2 eggs, and this is optional, but I'm adding cinnamon. You need ground nutmeg, butter, and you need some dried yeast, a bit of fresh milk, some vinegar, salt to taste, and also a bit of lukewarm water. So now let's get started. So the first thing you have to do is to proof your yeast. What do I mean by that? I mean, you need to test if your yeast is still active. So in other words, if your yeast is still alive. So just put about 200 ml of lukewarm water, and then add 1 tablespoon of yeast, and add 1 teaspoon of sugar. We add sugar so that the yeast has something to munch on. Then stir quickly and let it to sit for about 10 minutes, and bubbles should come up. So as you can see here on the video, my bubbles have come up. If you don't get to this, it means that either your yeast is no longer active or you use too hot water. So you need to use lukewarm water. Okay, so now put your flour into your mixing bowl. Next, add the sugar. You can add more sugar if you want it sweeter. Add some salt, and I know not everyone adds salt, and then mix everything together. Next, add your yeast. So as you can see here, I made a small well, and then I added the yeast. Next, crack 2 eggs separately. And then beat it. And once you have beaten the eggs, you can add it to it. Next, add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now add 1 teaspoonful of vinegar, and I'm using light brown vinegar because it's sweeter, but you can use the normal white vinegar. And then I'm adding a bit of cinnamon, which is optional. Next, add half a teaspoon of nutmeg. You can add more if you wish. And now add half a cup of fresh milk. You can now mix everything with your hands, your clean hands please, and mix it slowly. Next, dust some plain flour on your table. Add the dough. Dust more flour on it and start kneading it. Knead it from down to top and then from the sides. Okay, so just as you see in the video, do not dust too much flour or your dough will become too hard. Okay, so knead it for about 10 to 12 minutes. So here I have kneaded it for 7 minutes, and I'm going to do so for the next 5 minutes and shape it. I could use my stand mixer, but I wanted to do it with my hands this time. So my dough is ready now. If you want to know how your dough is ready, just press on it, and if it bounces back, it means your dough is ready. If it doesn't, just knead it a few more minutes. Now put about 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in your mixing bowl. Place your dough inside and turn it around until the dough is totally covered with oil. Next, take some cling film and make sure you cover it tightly so no air should come out, and then keep it aside for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So basically until your dough doubles or triples in size. So 1.5 hours later, this is my dough, and as you can see, it has tripled in size, so it's ready. And what I did to make things faster is that I put it in my warm oven, and then it sped up things, but feel free to do it or not. So now what we have to do is to remove the air trapped in the dough by punching it down. Next, dust flour on your table, put your dough on it, take your knife and divide it in 4 parts. So I am dividing in 4 parts. You can choose to divide it in 6 or 10, however you want. Next, take one of the parts, the one you like, the one you prefer, and knead it just a bit, mold it to the shape you want. So here I'm molding it this shape because I want it to be square. So if you want it to be square, this is how you do it, by rolling it and pushing it inside. Next, grease a baking thing. Don't forget to add some flour, and then place your dough on it. So this looks like, a French baguette. This is how it should look like if you want it square. Next, take some more cling film and make sure you cover it again. So cover it well and leave it to rise for another 35 to 40 minutes, so it will rise again. And next, mold the other dough however you want it. So I just wanted to do a round shape for the remaining ones. Next, do the same. Place them on a tin, on a baking thing, and cover it with cling film and let it also rise for about 35 to 40 minutes. And also, please do not forget to preheat your oven at 180 degrees. Here, as you can see, I have a small pan filled with water, and this water will help to steam up the oven, and it will help my dough to rise. Now it is time to bake it. So remove all the cling film from it. And here, as you can see, I just did some cuts just to give it another shape, but it's optional. You can now put your doughs in the middle tray of the oven, so just on top of the water, and let it bake for about 35 to 50 minutes depending on your oven type. To know if your bread is ready, just stick a skewer into it, and if it comes out clean, it means your bread is ready. And mine has been cooking for about 45 minutes, and I'm going to take it out. So look at my bread. You can see it's soft, nice and soft. So the next thing to do is to melt some butter and rub it on the bread to make it look shiny and nice. Don't you see? It's wonderful. Yes, I know we are thinking the same thing here. So I did it for all my little breads, and this is how it looks like now. Now for you, just for you guys, I am going to cut it for you to see inside. Look at this wonderful bread, nice and soft. Let me cut another slice for you. And this is a close-up as usual. See the soft bread slice, how it is. Isn't this wonderful, guys? Yes, it is. I know it is. So everyone, this is how I make or I prepare my Ghana sweet or sugar bread. I hope you really enjoyed watching this nice video. Please try it out and let me know the outcome of it. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you guys very soon for another cooking recipe. And you know what, my bread didn't last for long. Some of my pan so I was finishing them because my finishing I'm waiting now. So the warm bread where the way is still soft now. That's so easy. But you may home later. Bye bye.